All right. So I got some things ready. Not much, but I figured we'll just shoot the shit a little bit. Oh God, it's just open right there, huh? Okay.
Oh, you made like it's oh
Well, no, I didn't make like a presentation. This is literally what I fill out myself. But before I get into
oh.
this, we can talk about like what we both do a bit, because I'm probably gonna learn some stuff from you.
Okay,
Uh, if you
I
want,
can screen share my blank spreadsheet if you want.
yeah, let's see what you do, and like then I'll like I'll show what I do, and then like because I'm gonna provide this form for anyone who wants it, but I want to see what you do because this isn't a contest. We're not trying to measure our dicks. It's just
We aren't.
no. I mean, not today. Damn, we playing Eve Online a little bit.
Wait, can you see that?
Yes, hold on. I've lost it myself, but that's my fault. Hold on. Discord hates doing the Control Shift Click Move function, so now I have to turn back on my tablet.
Oh,
Also, I hope you guys like the Wii music. We're gonna be listening to this fucking all day because I said so. It's low though.
everybody gets to hear it, but me.
Just Google you know what to Google. It's fine. Right, hold on. I'm struggling. Hold on. Screwer was in your area the other day. Really? Huh?
I was in Seattle all weekend.
Wait, why? Cool.
I was visiting.
Oh, that's nice.
It was a 6.5 hour drive there and a 4.5 hour drive back because of Seattle traffic.
Yeah, Seattle traffic be like that. All right,
Yeah,
Screwer, please do me a favor, though. I mean, like, I'm not new to this. Don't show any hot werewolf porn on my stream. You know how it is.
Wait, I can't?
Not today. Maybe next time.
Oh. Oh.
So let's talk brass tacks. Should we start with like a simple, like, why are we here? Because I told everyone we're not here to do your taxes.
Oh God, no.
I recommend you get. I don't know about you, Screw, but I recommend you get an accountant. If you have
I do everything myself, but that's because I'm like super meticulous and really focused when it comes to stuff like this. But if you're any sort of not meticulous and focused, definitely hire an accountant.
I personally do an accountant just because I have 5 sources of income and my brain hurts thinking about how to fucking manage it all. So I say fuck it and I just pay someone else to do that part.
That's perfectly fair. Whereas I'm frugal as shit and I'm like, well, I got a few sources and I'm fine doing it myself.
Hell yeah. And we can always like reply to a bit in chat, but I think if anyone wants to keep this simple, we're gonna wait till the very end when we're both like done just going through everything we might know. And then we're gonna do like a Q&A. We'll just see if anything interesting pops up in chat, we'll ask. So please keep your questions till the end. Just in case. Yeah, so Screw. Hi. So tell everyone what you do. No, let's start off with like, this sounds weird, but what do you do for literally your job that needs to be taxed at a certain degree? And then how do you do your taxes? What do you do?
Hi, I'm Screw. I'm a dog on the internet. I create content for Twitch and YouTube. I have income sources through YouTube, Twitch, Patreon, and I do like merchandise as well. And then, of course, like PayPal. So I have to track everything every month. I spend like about an hour to an hour and a half once a month. At the end of the month, I tabulate all of my income through all my sources, all of my expenses, and then I put it into this spreadsheet, which is, I mean, not a whole lot. Like there's not, because it's not full, we can't really see anything. But like if I have an expense here, I will like write down the date, what it is, how much it cost, where the receipt is, whether it's like digital, PayPal, physical receipt, what currency it's in, because I'm in Canada, so I have to track both Canadian and USD. This actually is an old spreadsheet, and I don't have it set up in this one, but I do have like a currency converter set up in my one that I actually use. So it'll convert everything from USD every month into Canadian at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Well, this
and just a
window's
note,
going kind of weird.
I know exactly what that is. So since you're capturing the screen, whenever you do change to certain little mini windows, it assumes that's a new window, and so it will flicker like around. It's fine. Just
I'll go screen instead of window.
If you want, just
yeah,
no musky werewolves today. I can cut it out of the VOD though. That's something I need to do. Unrelated, I know how to. You can highlight your video and then cut out anything you want from a highlight and then re-upload it as a single video. And people don't know that on Twitch apparently. So I'm gonna have to like show everyone how to do that.
That is kind of neat.
Yeah.
I might be able to do this a little bit differently. Let me hide my screen for a sec.
Okay, hold on. Hidden.
Okay.
Let's see.
I'm
oh my god.
Pull up.
Oh god, that's big. Holy shit. How does that fit in there?
It does.
Oh. Oh wow.
I'm gonna open up my actual spreadsheet here, and I'm gonna just delete a column.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not even looking. It's none of my business.
Oh no, you're fine, Nady. You're totally fine.
Nah, I'm dumb
Just gonna
anyway.
go like this.
That's why I made a new sheet
And-
that has none of my information on it, just because it's none of anyone's business to see what I do.
Okay, I can show that. That's fine. All right, you're good.
You good? You good?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So anyway, continue. I'm actually gonna quickly pee. So talk about anything, show anything you want. I'll be right back 1 second.
Okay.
Except
So this is-
don't show that.
So I can't show werewolves. This is just my basic spreadsheet. So every month I track both metrics and like revenue and income and stuff. So like I'll fill out like January 2023, I'll go through and I'll fill out all of these columns through Twitch, YouTube, PayPal, everything like that. I have an exchange converter. So like at the end of the month, I put in my exchange for USD and I pay my editor in GBP. So I mean, like I have both of those in there for that. But it tracks everything. We'll do the calculation and then give it to me in USD and Canadian and then give me a running total for the year. You paste images in Excel? Yes, you can. So this is like the main sheet. Like this is where I go and I'm like, oh, this is how I'm doing so far this year. I also track all of my expenses. You're going to get a little bit of an insight into like my expenses here. This was for April, but it's like everything that I write off under my business goes on this sheet. So if it's business related, it's going to go on this sheet. At the end of the month, once a month, I put all of my expenses in because I save it all in an email folder. And then, yeah, it does all the math, spits out the number, and then we're good to go.
Yup. I'm back. Yeah, it's actually really cool. I don't know how my accountant set it up, but it literally does that. Where like all I have to do is put in my sheet income. Like let's say like it's month of May. I just put in a few things I got income and then a bunch of things that were expenditure, and it just does the math and says, all right, here's your net income, here's your gross income, and I'm like, oh my god.
I got that right here. It says 0 right now because I deleted everything in the sheet, but it's like, yeah, that'd be my gross and then my net. So like this is before expenses and then after. Yeah, I set it all up like that. But I do have the added complication of the exchange rate because I'm in Canada, so I have to make sure that it's referencing
You're going the
exchange.
extra mile for that. Damn.
I have to.
You have to.
Because I claim in Canadian, but everything I do is in US.
Yeah, Twitch is a US company. I think
So is
PayPal, Patreon is like from Cali. So is YouTube. Damn. Fuck.
Oh no, YouTube's Canadian. YouTube's Canadian,
Really?
right.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice.
I can show you a month of YouTube if you'd like.
Do you want me to hide the screen again?
No, I can get it all set up and then pull it over.
Well, while getting that set up, I'm gonna say another like basic thing for this. For those who are wondering like why exactly we're also doing this today, there's a lot of friends of mine and yours as well, Skuru, who are in self-employment business or even just do this as a side hobby that aren't working at it as good as they can be. They need to write everything. Look, if this is your job, you're spending things for your job, whether it's software, subscriptions, commissions even. Did anyone out there commission emotes? You can tax write that off. Did you buy?
Yep.
We'll probably go down a whole list. Oh my God. That's something, after we go through these forms, I would love to just talk to you about what you can write off to get money back, because that's
Absolutely.
really important that people don't realize.
Absolutely. Okay, so like this is my month of November on YouTube. So like it breaks it all down here. Like it'll say like, oh, per video, what I made each day. And then I can grab the total, like just kind of like anything on Twitch or anything. You grab the total in the drop down and then you add it to the spreadsheet. That one's very straightforward.
Yeah. It's actually really nice. I'm glad that YouTube does it. I've had friends go like, I don't know where to find out what money I made on like certain things. I'm like, dude, Twitch has a
There's
payout
always a
page.
dashboard.
Yeah, Twitch tells you everything. My PayPal has a monthly accountant page that tells you not only all your income but also fees taken. I'll tell you guys right now, $59.93 was taken from me as fees as of April, and I wrote that down on my taxes because that's my fucking money.
I wrote off over $500 in PayPal fees, and I probably could have done more on outgoing, but I didn't think to look that up before I submitted.
Don't worry, you got this year. It's all in there. It's like there's a form, and I'm actually downloading them all and adding to a folder. So if I need to show off my proof or get audited, I have like, look, here's all 12 months with all the income and fees. That's the exact math. I put it all in there. What do you need?
Yep. I am 100% auditable as well.
Hell yeah. All right. What else you got for me? Like, let me know when you're like done and I'll like poke it. But I have a similar sheet, honestly. It's
no, let's see your sheet. I mean, that's kind of the basics of my sheet.
Let me just unzip my pants. Flop, smashes on the table. Oh yeah, it's pretty musky.
That's good.
So here's my story for mine. My accountant, I have an accountant through someone actually over in Seattle now. They moved over and then I got handed over to a new person, but whatever. And I'm like, oh boy, maybe I should get a new person. And then as of this year, because I have so much money back and I don't know where it came from, I went, never mind, I'm not changing. They nailed it. I don't care. So
You're like, no, I'm gonna stay with them.
yeah, so before I was handed a form like this, I was writing everything down myself badly. So I would like literally get back to my tax person. Like even years ago, I went to one locally and I'm like, here's how much money I made in PayPal. Here's how much money I made in Patreon. And then they got back to me and said, okay, you owe this much. And I was like, great. I think it was like a year and a half, 2 years ago. I'm talking to my tax person. I'm like, all right, let's get ready for this year. And they're like, okay, cool. Here. And they hand me this form and go, can you just like fill all this out? And I'm like, oh my God, this is a lot. But then I poked around in it and I figured it out. I'm like, wait, yeah, I can do this. That's not too crazy. So let me crop it a little better. They handed me a form that was, they even like color coordinated for my dumb fucking dyslexia head. So they handed me this form and it has all the months at the top. It has, and a lot of stuff on the left. So all my income, I have, let me think. Is that really all four? Hold on. Twitch, Patreon, PayPal, and my publisher. Oh, fuck. I have to add a fifth one soon. I actually have, Donut Moth. So I'm going to have to write that down. But I haven't gotten paid yet this year on that. I'm going to be looking into that in a bit. I'm not too worried. But yeah, so I've soon 5 sources of income. And then every month, at the first of the month, around when I can, I do what you do, where I just sit down for a day, and it doesn't take long. But I don't know about you, Screw, but my brain's like, this is today's work. I can't do anything else. I'm just going to focus on this. And honestly, I get it done within like 2 hours, and I'm like, oh, that was it. Okay, and then I can go fucking, I don't know, draw a werewolf or something.
Yeah, for me, it's like, oh, it's the end of the month, better do it. And then I'll like spend an hour after stream one day, or just like, oh, it's the weekend, I'll sit down and do it because I know it has to be done. Like I don't mind doing it because I know it has to be done.
Exactly. So what I do is I fill out usually the top stuff, all my income, and then I get to write down everything I'm spending way too much goddamn money on. I don't cost of goods sold. I'm not a merchandiser. I do not have any merch, so I don't honestly touch these. We're gonna kind of talk about what you can get away with this. We're going to the next part of the whole topic. We're gonna talk about
before you do that,
yeah,
subcontractors under cost of goods, that's anything you commission. So
hell yeah,
you draw your own art and stuff, but like my subcontractors, like I pay my editor Hunter, I pay all of my artists and everything.
Oh
that
shit,
goes
okay.
Under subcontractor, I get a huge tax credit if it's under that category.
Yo, what? Okay, I gotta remember that because I did commission the nice art that I'm gonna be using for. Yes, Donut Moth does count at merch, but I have not. Right now
you buy the materials yourself.
Yeah, I did not sell the materials myself, so that would not be under the cost of goods sold materials. That's not me. I'm just someone who took time out of my day to draw it, which I don't even know if that's a thing that I should tax right off, but I didn't really get paid doing that. It's fine. But I am getting payments through Donut Moth. It's okay.
So subcontractors would also be like your accountant, for example. Anytime you pay someone else for a service, it's a subcontractor.
So I better put my accountant payment, which I did say earlier, and I'll say it again. I paid my accountant around $600, and honestly, it was worth it because they really fucking home runned it from last year.
That's actually not that much at all.
No, it's not. Not for like 5 sources of income either. Also, hi Arden White for, we're doing a entire tax talk today. And we're going to say this as a VOD later. And any questions, we'll wait till the very end, and we will have all kinds of questions. I'd love to answer them. So, screw it. We're going to get to the next part, which is literally like, same thing as I wanted to ask, what can you write off on taxes? And we can go down, I'm going to go down this list and we can talk about all this stuff.
Sure. Because I also have a list. I have a list that's like filled out that I don't mind showing.
I would not only tell me when you want to show it, but you can also straight up, if you want, I know this sounds silly, interrupt me. I know that's hard for a little puppy brain, but just to be like, yo, I got to get my 2 cents in. Absolutely. Because I'm just going to rattle off some stuff.
You're good.
I love that you told me about the subcontractors. I had no idea. I actually did buy a commission from Hazy this year, which was about $300, I think, and I'm gonna write that down because I'm gonna use it on my in my comic.
You're very smart. You're very smart to have been an artist who also streams because I have to commission everything.
Yep, but at least you can write all that off.
Yeah, but yeah, that's true.
So first category says advertising. Now, advertising could be something as literally like you buy ad space for a podcast that reads your name out loud. Could be literally like a little like banner space on a website, or as simple as...
It could be you gift a sub in someone's chat, your name appears on screen. That's advertising.
Every single sub you buy, gift sub you give out, bit donation counts as advertisement if you're a streamer, because your name is out there. You can write off every single dollar from that, chat. Okay? Streamers out there listening, there's someone's watching the VOD. If you gifted anything, go through every month's expenditure through Twitch, like donations, bits, even fucking just tipping through Stream Elements or whatever people use. That appeared on screen. They read that out loud. They saw your name. You got shouted out. Write that down.
Anytime you subscribe to anyone, like, oh, I subscribe to Nady, I can write that off.
Yep.
Oh, I gift 5 subs in my own chat, I can write that off.
Yes, you can. Now, here's a question though. Actually, if you do 5 gift subs in your own chat, can you only write off half of it because you? Like,
I don't know how that works. I think it comes back as income, so you get taxed on the income the next month.
Fair. So tax the whole thing. Okay.
Yeah, just do it as normal.
All right. Any other advertising that comes to mind that you can tax right off? Because that's all I can think about at the moment. Kind of stuff like that.
Anytime I get a commission and I post it on socials, so like if I commission me getting railed by a werewolf and I post it on my socials, well, it links back to my Twitch. That's advertising.
Okie dokie. I mean, that's gonna be a weird thing to get audited for. You have to show them your big knot. But all right, I guess that works.
That's fine.
Yeah,
I can fully explain it.
Well, that's cool then. Yeah, I guess technically, if you're posting anything, I personally am gonna, I don't know. I mean, I guess I draw most of my stuff, so I don't really have to think about that. But yeah, if you want to, you can do that. I have a thought, but I'll get on it when we get to the lower stuff. Okay. Bank service charges. Okay, that's very simple. Like if your bank charges you a service for something, you can write that in there if it's related to your work. I don't know.
I think you can also put, oh no, there's, under the Canadian tax, there's like administration fees and service fees, and that's where I put my PayPal fees.
Yeah. I actually have something all the way down here. Somewhere. Where'd it go? Here, right here. Fees, credit card, and PayPal. I actually just combine them, but I then write them down separately somewhere else in case they need to know. But I just lump all the fees together and go, these are the fees taken from me through my 2 banking services.
That works.
So the bank services, then there's business license permits. I don't have any business license myself. I'm not an LLC, but that could be something you might want to look into if you do get a tax write-off or a break from it. I don't know much about that.
I just claim as a self-employed individual.
Now, here's a big question that sadly I don't know the answer to. Do you pay? Maybe not you. Let's go broad. If someone's a streamer and they pay their mods, do they not then have to become a business because they're then providing a business for a employee?
It depends how you do it. If you're doing it contractor style, like how I pay my editor Hunter, it's totally fine because you can just say, oh, this is a subcontractor. But if you're doing it as like you're taking the taxes off for them, how you would be doing it as a business, well then yes, you would need a business and they would be claimed as employees. Rather than contractors.
All right.
It's whether you're withholding the tax or not. But I won't be paying my mods.
Yeah, I don't pay my mods because they're fucking asleep. You're asleep, Azrael. It's fine. You don't I don't even want my mods to work hard here anyway. I think the only way I would need to pay mods is if I become like germicized, and God forbid that ever happens.
I'm not gonna pay you, Red. It's not happening.
Pay them in sniffs.
I pay them in lewds. I send them lewds all the time.
Look at my cock. Okay.
Well, exactly.
Charitable contributions. So I've never written anything here because I haven't really like had a chance to bother with any charities. But I guess if like let's say I was watching GDQ and I donated. I mean, first of all, that'd be advertising because then you read my name out loud. If they do, but if they don't, then I don't know. I guess charity, you can tax write off any charitable donation to a charity, right?
Yes, I personally have only donated $50 to your charity last year, but that was it.
Okay, that counts.
That was the Garf Cart one.
Oh, that was amazing. I can't believe that even fucking worked.
Maybe that hand is petting your dick.
Yeah, that's fine. Pet my dick.
No,
thank you so much. Yeah, pet Screw's dick. Hi Daydreamer, thank you for the follow. Okay, so computer and internet. This one's very simple. If you are paying for your internet, and I'm pretty sure you are, you can write that off on your taxes because you're using it for business. Isn't that right, Screw?
Yep. Well, mine's included in my room and board, but yes.
But I mean, that's something we're gonna get to next in a minute. That's also important.
Yes.
Computer. I'm guessing like if there's a fee to use your computer for any reason, like maybe you're renting it. I don't know. I guess that would count. I don't really know why it says computer, but we'll get into more stuff about computer and work supplies as well later.
Yeah.
If you are continuing education and is part of your job, you can write all your like classes. So that's also on there. I'm fucking old. I haven't been to college in forever.
I dropped out years ago.
Hell yeah, high fives you. dues and subscriptions. If you're a sad son of a bitch and you are still paying for Adobe products, you can write that in right here. I'd highly recommend you don't do that though. You get something else if you can, unless you're using Illustrator or After Effects. And I'm sorry, there's no other alternative. Hi, regular cars. Is there anything? I mean, is there anything you subscribe to that you would that you do write off? Because I don't think I have anything that important. Do I?
I guess Discord Nitro.
I guess yeah, that would count. That's part of your That's
I
part
do
of your
write that
thing.
off. Yeah, I do write that off. Twitch Turbo as well.
Twitch Turbo is very good, guys. I don't know if you know this, but yeah, if you get Twitch Turbo and you're like, you work on this website as a freelancer, it's very important you can write that shit off. And also that's good because you got rid of those stupid fucking ads.
I cannot stand ads. Twitch Turbo is the best $9 a month I spend.
Amazon Prime, if maybe, do you think
I don't
Amazon
think so.
Prime?
No, I don't. Because what if you're ordering exclusively for your business with Amazon Prime? Sure. But if you're also ordering personal and reaping the benefits for personal stuff, probably not.
Yeah. I try to avoid a lot of things that are even remotely personal. I only want to dip into when it's business related. Like,
yeah.
I mean, we'll get to meals in a moment. We're getting there. Fees, credit card, PayPal. Every month, check your credit card details, check your PayPal, check your whatever income. They take fees from you often, especially PayPal. They'll steal all your money, and I let them because I don't know what else to do.
Fucking, they reap their. Oh my god.
Yeah. It's insane how much money PayPal takes. Write that down. Do you have insurance for your house, for your setup, your stuff, your business? This might literally be business insurance, but like I think, Screw, you might have a good report on this. I'm pretty sure, and I'll be actually talking to my insurance person this Monday. If my tablet exploded today, I think my insurance would pay for a new one, which means it's tied into my renter's insurance very heavily, where I would, I think it's part of my job. It's like literally I rent out my house, which is also my business.
I personally am just under whatever house insurance is at the house here, but
do you have any?
Yeah.
Does your insurance cover anything like if your computer exploded, which you need for your work? Do you have any insurance that would help you cover anything like that?
No, but I have savings, so I'm not worried. I guess.
Fair. I might need to look more into that. I guess I'm not 100% sure. But I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you can get insurance for something like that, but I wouldn't even know where to look or how much it would cost.
Yeah. I don't know what interest expense is. I'm guessing like if
That
Oh,
I like processing fees on the interest if you have like debt.
I guess so. Like one time I've let my credit card build up a little too much in the last year, and I did have some interest being charged. I guess I could have. No, I don't know if I want to write that off because I'm just like buying all kinds of shit. I don't know. About that.
Maybe it's like business specific. I don't know. I cannot. I do not sleep if I'm in debt, so I live a debt free life.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm in a lucky position where like I do have a savings right now, and I feel really healthy at the moment. But that's because I'm also a frugal little bitch.
I'm so fucking frugal, Nate.
Screw, you live in the woods.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, on purpose.
Regular car says health insurance is category 12, car insurance is category 13. That's some stuff I don't know a lot about, but I definitely give my accountants all the information needed. Here's a fun one. So Skuru, maybe you can tell me otherwise, but if you were like, fuck, I'm so hungry, I need poutine so bad today while I'm streaming, and you ordered morning poutine while you're playing Zelda Huff of the Knot, and you like paid 30 Canadian dollars and you got it, are you gonna write that money off?
I've never run into that because I live in the forest, Nady.
Oh, you don't have
no
Grubhub
food
at all.
delivery. There's no food delivery. There's no
Shit.
garbage pickup.
Okay.
There's no mail
all right,
delivery.
hold on. Back up. You're in Seattle last weekend. Did you go out to eat at all and pay for food?
I did, but it wasn't it wasn't a business trip, so to speak.
You're no fun.
trip.
All right, so here's the deal,
Yeah.
everyone. While I'm working, if I get a delivery, because I don't live in the fucking woods in the middle of the boonies of Canada, I can write that off. So I'll order food and I can write that off as that. If I'm at a convention, wait, you're at a convention. Did you write off any of those meals?
I can write off 2 conventions a year as promotional advertising functions, and yes, I write off those meals.
Hell yeah. All right, so you can do stuff like that. I guess be a little careful, like how many
With Canadian
times you do it.
tax, I only get 50% written off, so it's like 50% of the meal gets written off.
Oh, okay. I actually had no idea. I wonder how much mine does. I have no fucking clue.
Yeah, that's all calculated.
I don't touch the meal thing too much. I think literally I like bought a pizza or two and like whatever Grubhub I've ever received for, I just put that down. I don't touch the rest. So I have one down here called entertainment. I guess that's like if you, I don't know, What would that
Okay,
be?
so say you're meeting up with like a business client, like, oh, I'm gonna go take the artist I'm commissioning out to lunch, and then we're gonna go see a movie. You can write that off because it's like it's under the pretense that it's a business event. Like you're going out for the entertainment to schmooze your client or your contractor or whatever.
Ah, there you go. I thought this was gonna be like I bought a movie and then I reviewed it for my job and
No,
I
because
wrote off the movie.
that would be like not cost of goods, but like your con it would be for content, which is like a direct business
Ah.
cost.
Okay, I think we have I have another category for that. I actually edited
Yeah.
some of these for my own benefit, so if I do hand out this form to all of you guys, by the way, I'll let you all download this form. Hopefully, Dropbox doesn't ban me for doing this. But I'll hand you this form later if you guys want to download it. Just I don't know. I don't want to drop it in this chat because I don't know what'll happen. So I'll probably just be like, I'm gonna put it on my Discord, and you can go to the Discord to download it. Okay. Actually, wait, yeah, I can just literally drop the file there. All right. Medical insurance. So I actually do write down my medical insurance, and I do have insurance. I highly recommend. You are Canadian. Hold on.
I'm Canadian.
Yeah, hold on.
I'm Canadian.
Let me cook. As an American, we have fucking awful medical in this country because I don't know, capitalists. Please, if you can get medical insurance through the government marketplace. I do not have anything through a job. I am paying quite a lot more than I was last year because of my income. But you know what? Screw, I don't know about you, but I went to the ER a few years ago. Guess how much money I paid by walking into the ER, getting an EKG and some blood drawn, and lying in bed for about an hour and a half.
You're American, so probably $8,000.
Close, $6,000.
Jesus, that's so fucked.
And then I told them I don't have insurance. They gave me amnesty and cut it down to $3,000. So I finally finished paying that off after about 2.5, 3 years.
That's so fucked. If I'm hurt in a fucking car accident or something, I call the ambulance. I go, I give them my care card number, and then I'm done, out the door.
Oh my God,
Hospitals don't even have cash registers.
Oh my God, if someone called an ambulance for me, I would scream, I'm not going in that.
That's crazy.
I'm going to go bankrupt if I go in that ambulance. Get rid of them. I'm
Why
fine.
do you even have ambulances down there?
Just call an Uber.
What's the point? That's fucked.
Why even have ambulance? Because I don't know. Because America thinks that they're like taxis and they should charge. So yeah, write down your medical insurance. Office supplies. So if I was buying like simple,
In Canada, this excludes technology. So office
Yes,
supplies would
agreed.
be like I have a stamp that I stamp my merch with, like merch packaging with, so that counts. Or like
yeah,
pens
paper,
and
pens,
shit.
pencils, exactly. Maybe simple things for your desk that you need. I think here, because I have a wrist rest that I got from Amazon.
Absolutely.
I would put that as office supplies. This thing is, I've had this for a few years now. It looks disgusting, but it helps me a lot.
Yeah, I also put down like stream lighting or the lumber that I use to make my truss system or stuff like that. Things you use for your office, excluding your technology, because that's all in Canada very differently done.
So I guess I didn't have to do this, but I actually deleted one category I wasn't using at all, and I just put Twitch subs and bits, which technically would be advertising, but I just separated it just in case. So
That's perfectly fine.
Yeah, same thing. Professional fees. I don't know what this is and why they gave it to me. Do you know what this might be?
I think that might be so you as a business are paying, like that actually might be your accountant, like where you'd put your accounting fees and stuff in.
Or if I'm paying anyone else for certain things, not fixing repairs is below. So not maintenance or repairs, but like
no, that would be like you're paying another business to do a service for you.
Yeah. Like let's say I wanted to pay someone for like a class. Like not like not like college, but like I'm gonna join Skuru's streaming class. I want to learn how to be a top-notch streamer. And so I joined your whatever those websites are, the things. That could probably be that. Like you tutor me yourself or something.
Yes, I think that's correct.
I don't know what promotional is because that just sounds like advertising, so I don't know.
Promotional would be something similar, yeah.
Okay. Props and assets. I bought an inflatable. No, actually that was gifted to me. But let's say I bought the inflatable flamingo costume, and I wore it on stream. Would that not be a prop and asset?
I would agree with that.
Behind me is a neon flamingo light that I bought, and it's in my office, and it shows up on screen. Would that might be a prop and asset?
I would assume so. It's a category we don't have here, so your guess is as good as mine.
Okay. I mean, like I always assume that if I write this stuff down and send it to my tax person, like maybe they'll be like, yo, this is important. I'm gonna take this out. And I'm like, yeah, go for it.
That's fair.
Rent expenses we might go more into in just a bit. But that is very, 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 very important. If you're working from home and you have a dedicated area for your office, even if it's just like a fucking like hole in the corner of the living room, that's your office. You are going to deduct your rent from a percentage of your rent from your taxes.
Yes. How they do it here is like you on the self-employment tax form, it'll be like how many rooms in your rented space, and for me that's 2 rooms, and it's like how many rooms is dedicated to your business, and it's like that's 1 room, so 50% of my rent gets taxed.
Oh, that's
Or
so
gets-
nice. That's not fair. We do square footage, and it's
you-
garbage too. So literally, if my square footage of my home is 850 square feet, and I'm using a room that's 85 square feet, that is 10% of my rent I can write off.
Oh yeah, no, here it's just based on like the rooms.
Well, yeah, if my whole house like was straight up, I like streamed and used my entire house for my business, like it wasn't even a home, I could write off 100% of my rent. Sure.
Yeah,
But,
or you just have a camera facing the rest of your apartment.
True. But at the moment, this isn't even mine. I don't even think that's my square footage. I got a nice place right now, but yeah, hey, it's better than nothing. Supplies, I don't fucking know why that's there either. It's just like stuff you need.
That kind of just goes office supplies for
Yeah.
me.
Here's a big one. Skuru, did you write off Zelda Tears of the Kingdom?
Every single game I buy, everything I do on stream.
Damn it, you answered the next question. I was gonna ask why. Yeah. Hey, if you stream video games, even sometimes like me, if you play them on stream, you can write them off. Every video game I buy now, I write off because I usually plan on playing it on stream. Screw, I've been actually told something from a friend, and I don't know how true this is. Can you write something off if you even just plan on using it for stream but haven't yet?
I don't know. I mean, I only write it off if I like buy it for the purpose of using on stream, but I also always use it on stream if I buy it.
That's how I feel. Like, I mean, I think if that's true, I'm afraid to do that. I would rather just wait until I'm like legit using it for my stream, and then I will write it off. So software and games, apps. I just bought Sprite, the pixel art thing on Steam. I'm writing that off. I have video games. I'm writing those off.
So last month, I guess. Well, it would have been April. I think it was April. I rebuilt the engine in my car, and I wrote off all the car parts that I had to buy and stuff because I did it all on stream. It was for content.
Yeah, exactly. So you're literally doing, like, you did car repair. You can literally write that stuff off. You're repairing a trailer right now. You can probably write off a lot of more tools or even fucking wood if you
Wrote
wanted.
it all off.
Exactly.
Absolutely. It's
I
all for content.
I bought a Lego set last year. That was $50. I built it on stream. I wrote that off. Like, it's that
Yep.
simple. If I wanted to just make Gunpla on my stream and spend a couple $100s on fucking Gundam, I can write that off because I'm making it on stream.
Absolutely. It's content.
Yeah. So that's really important. Telephone expense. I mean, I just write that down anyway. I write down how much I'm paying stupid fucking piece of shit Verizon every month, but I don't know if they like care to write that down or not. But I do use my phone a lot. Like,
I write off my entire phone bill.
yeah, exactly. Like I do advertise with my phone. I go on my friend's streams while I'm like taking a shit, and I'll be like, hi everybody, it's me, Nitty Beak, and then like there's more, you know?
Well, I mean, anytime I have my phone, which is all the time, I'm managing my communities. I am checking up on metrics and stuff. Like it's a business device.
Exactly. And then the last thing on this list that I have is website expenses. I do not have my own website, but if I did, you can write off how much you're paying a month for that.
I pay a lot of fucking money for my website stuff, and it's like
Wow.
my website doesn't even work.
Fix it.
I need to. I don't know how though.
All
but I
right.
need to.
So here's something very important that you might know about. Do you know about depreciating assets?
Yes, in Canada it's called a CCA, and that's where all of my technology goes. So, like, if I buy computer parts, it goes under CCA, because a percentage of it under Category 10 for computer and office equipment, it depreciates at 30% per year. So it'll take 3 years for you to get the full write-off benefit, but it automatically carries over. So, say I spent $1,000 on computer parts, I put it in under a CCA, and it'll take $300 off the first year, $300 the second year, $300 the third year.
You just explained it all so much better than I even would have attempted to. I was literally going to ask you how explain this really nicely, and you just fucking nailed it. So,
Yeah, well, CCA is something that's very important because most of my big purchases are CCAs. Like my travel trailer, I wrote that off as a CCA outbuilding, actually.
you can even write things off that you had years ago. I'm still using a tablet I got almost like 7 years ago. And so I put down the price of it or whatever, and like it can be a depreciating income, or tax write-off or whatever you call it. So yeah, So for example, I wrote down here, Freddy desk from IKEA, $329, 2004. So I don't know. I let my accountant do the math. I don't know how this fucking works. But you
Yeah,
gotta.
the tax form for me automatically does it. I put in the cost and like in the year of, and then it just like it'll carry over automatically previous from the previous years. So like when I built my computer in 2021, it still has the CCA carryover from that, and it'll automatically apply all those numbers.
Yeah, and these are usually big things. Like I was told by my accountant, like don't put like little costs like games on here. It's more like
No, this is your big purchases.
yeah. So this year, like let's say I were to, I'm not gonna say who or what. Let's say I were to buy a brand new VTuber, complete from start. It might cost.
That goes under advertising and promotional. I wouldn't put that under a CCA. It's not going to depreciate.
I guess
This is
that's
like
true.
Physical goods. This is
Oh,
physical
good
goods.
point. Good point.
Yeah.
So if I bought a new computer part, like a big video card for $1,000, yes, that would be
Yeah,
under depreciating because
absolutely.
it could die.
Or like
eventually.
you bought yourself a VR set to stream VR.
Mm-hmm.
That's $2,000. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
That's
If
a
I ever
CCA.
get like little like trackers for the body trackers, I'm gonna put that under
Yep.
the CCA stuff or the
Absolutely.
depreciating.
You buy yourself a new desk. You buy a TV for your like setup, like whatever. The big the physical purchases go under CCA because
Okay.
it counts the depreciation. If it's digital, like you buy yourself a $1,500 custom model, no, that's not a CCA. That's going to be advertising and promotional or just a direct content because you use that every single day.
Well, hopefully I didn't fuck up my taxes last year and write in the wrong spot, but whatever, it is what it is, and I'll fix it for this year.
Yeah.
We mentioned this before, but yeah, you can write off part of your business as your home, or like part of your home as your business, and then get a tax break. So that's important. The last thing that I have on my form, and then we can just shoot the shit on whatever else we have. I don't use this because I don't drive anywhere. I mean, if I were to drive to a convention, I could just write off the gas spent. But this is like, do you drive to work every day? You can write down everything.
I don't know
related.
anything about that.
Yeah,
I write off the gas on my way to a convention, but that's kind of it.
Yeah, no. If you were to let's say you had to drive to an office or a place for your work a lot, even if you just drove to the post office like every week for your job, you could probably write all this off.
I do that, but I actually looked at the forms for doing
It's
that.
a
And I
mess.
was like, it's just not worth it.
No, it is. Yeah, that's the same thing. I've always seen this. I'm like, it's definitely not worth it. It's a fucking mess to do anything with the gas. You can do it if it's a big deal, but I just skip it entirely.
I go to the post office maybe once a week, once or twice a week.
Mm-hmm. I have one more form that I was given this year when I was filling stuff out. It's basically like a tight version of the previous stuff, but it lumps everything together really quickly. So, new equipment that I got during the year, I write down here. Example is new Magic 8 Ball for Astro Projecting. I don't know why my accountant wrote that, but it was a good sense of humor. And yeah, pretty much it's like, oh, really quick, can you put this all down again really quick? So it's like lumped in here because I need this information. So yeah, like advertising, business insurance, equipment insurance, credit card interest, bank fees, legal fees, accounting fees, office supplies, not furniture, workspace rent, equipment repairs, cost of merch, shipping, etc., etc. And then on the top right, it even asks you, oh, what is your out-of-pocket medical cost? And I found out last year I spent like over $2,000 on that. And I'm like, God damn.
That's so much money.
I don't know where that all came from.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. So after the stream, I'm gonna put 2 blank forms on my Discord. And if you want to know how to use them, you don't need to fucking buy Microsoft Word or anything. Fuck that shit. All you have to do is if you have a Google account, it's easier. You go to your what is this? Google docs.google.com. I press this little open file picker, and then I go to upload and I click and drag it in there, and that's it. So
your form is way more comprehensive than mine. I mean, like I made mine from scratch and it works for me. That doesn't mean it's going to work for anyone else, especially because of the currency conversions.
Yeah. Hi, Nymphy. We're gonna do Q&A at the end. I don't do my own taxes, but Screw does. Screw, you have the side tangent of being a Canadian, so your form might be different if anyone is. Honestly, yours is just great for anyone who isn't American because a lot of your stuff is coming from America, so they might want to actually have your form if they want to look into it.
Potentially. I don't. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely give them a blank version of the form. I don't know how well it would work because it does all the conversions, like the currency conversions and stuff.
Okay. So, any other notes that you can think of related to all this? Because obviously, like I said earlier, guys, we're not doing your taxes. This is, if you're like, holy fuck, what do I do about my taxes? If you filled out this form during the year, and then you look at it, you know what your income is. It says everything right there at the very end. You go, oh fuck, You go here and you go to the bottom, it just literally says net income right there. You're done. And you know all the stuff you spend, you can put it all in the right stuff. It's so much better than what I was doing before, where I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. And you're going to get a kickback because you wrote down what you're actually going to write off. Make sure, remember, last thing, like Screwer said it themselves, don't try to write off things you don't want to like jump into. Like, okay, a bunch of us saw Everything Everywhere All at Once. The whole movie is literally caused by Michelle Yeoh bought a karaoke machine for her laundromat. She's not a karaoke, she's a laundromat. So she got audited because she bought stupid shit. That is literally part of the movie, and it's so true. If I was doing karaoke on my Twitch stream that I get paid for doing, yes, I could probably write off that karaoke machine as depreciating because it is a big asset that will depreciate.
Correct.
Or CCA, as you called it. So yeah.
Physical asset. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is there any other notes you want to do before we try to ask? Do a little Q&A for like 30 minutes or something.
I think I'm okay. I'm just kind of looking through my sheet. We've kind of covered everything, like what we can write off and stuff.
That's honestly the important part. As for doing your taxes, is if you get the right forms in America, it's I think it's like a 1040 ES. Luckily we have regular cars in chat who's also does a lot of self-employment through like literally YouTube. Like he apparently is on top of all this shit too. So yeah, you can probably do your own taxes if it's simple enough. I don't fucking bother. I'm an idiot. I'm lucky I got this far. I have an accountant and they've saved my ass for sure. So yeah, let's open up to some questions now. Let's fucking, if anything pops out at you, Screw, go ahead and pipe in. Does anyone have any questions? We're not professionals. We're just doing our best.
Yeah.
To the previous question, while at a convention, if I bought something like food from a Walmart, which is eating at the con, is that an expense I can write off?
In Canada, you can write off 2 business trips a year. So yes, that would count. I don't know about the States.
I don't know at how many business trips a year. Let's assume it's something like the same because it makes sense. If that is a business trip you're writing off for that year, yes, you can write off the food you bought at a Walmart. I would not write off anything else stupid you might have bought at Walmart. Like if you also bought like a funny t-shirt or something. Yeah. But I think you can write off that stuff as well. Yes. Just make sure you keep the receipt. If you buy anything in person at a store, keep the receipts, get a nice folder or lockbox, put it in there. Even if you want to, you can date them, like put a little paper clip and date it in a thing. I don't know. Do whatever you need to. And then not only that, but take it, write it down in the form. Like I don't have it here, but on the bottom, I actually just start writing things in the margins. Here's what I do. So let's say I bought a meal in January. I have, this is letter B30. So I'll take, okay, B30, Jan, 04, bought meal, $43.20. And I'll just write that down for myself, just so I'm like, okay, if I ever need to double check, like, what the fuck did I spend this money on? Why did I write it down? I gave my own notes, and it helps me in my brain. Do you do anything like that?
Yeah. You can't show my screen, but you can look at my screen, Nady. You can kind of see it in my sidebar here. I do pretty much the same thing. It's like, this revenue went in this category.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I see what you mean. Oh, holy shit. You do, oh my God, you got a lot written down. Holy shit. Okay. All right, we got some more questions. Let's see. Is there a minimum amount you have to make before doing taxes? I think $200 is literally the minimum here in America in most states.
I don't know about Canada. I gotta let my dog out. I'll be 1 sec.
Okay, I'm gonna keep answering questions. So
yeah, that's fine.
As far as I know, thanks for petting my cock. As far as I know, if you are making literally any income in the States, like the government wants to know because they want your money. That's how taxes work. That's why there's a bunch of rednecks who scream, we hate taxes, and they don't realize that taxes are paying for the streets they drive on. So whatever you do, here's where you don't need to worry about taxes. If you're like 17 or under, which you shouldn't be here watching the stream anyway, and you live with your parents and you're under their insurance and stuff, you probably don't have to worry that much about taxes if you're not doing anything and making money. You're just a student. That's probably it. Hi, welcome back.
Thank you.
Does out-of-pocket medical count as medical? I did write that down. If my accountant, I don't know about like writing your own forms, but if my accountant wanted out-of-pocket medical, that's literally what my form actually showed. Hold on, let me get back to it. I wrote it down and let them know. Like
we don't have it in Canada, so I have no clue.
Yeah, you have this lovely benefit. God, I'm so jealous.
Just move to Canada.
Yeah, God. Screw, my polycule is literally up in Canada. I am tempted. Maybe one day I'll get to.
Just do it.
Well, there are possibilities. I would not be anywhere near you, by the way. It would be up in the Toronto area.
That's fine.
Let's see. Triple checking this. Donations given to you that weren't expecting count as income. Oh, no. Yeah. Okay. Here's an important detail. Guys, if you have a Ko-fi, if you have a Stream Elements, Streamlabs, if you're getting any tips whatsoever, don't call them donations, by the way. You're not a charity. If you have a streamers out there, if you have a stream, change the wording. It's not a donation. You're not a charity. You have to say tips, and tips are taxable. You cannot write them down as donations. You have to claim all your tips. You
claim everything. Every piece of income you get, you claim.
Every single piece. Because what you're doing is you're accepting payments through your entertainment. Your job right now is entertaining. Someone gave you $5, $20, $1,000.
It's a tip.
It is a
It's
tip.
not a donation.
You have to claim it.
Yes.
So yeah, you're gonna have to put all that in there for sure. There's luckily forms on PayPal. I think Ko-fi and my other own. PayPal owns Ko-fi, so there's that. Would Musk scented candles, office candles go? Screw. I mean, if you bought a Musk,
that under office supplies.
I guess so. If it's part of it, if you show it on stream, that also counts. If you receive enough from Twitch a year, how often do you have to file? Oh, that reminds me of something very important I need to talk about, chat. Very important. If you skip the Q&A, you fucked up. Screw, does Canada do this, or do you not do this? Do you do quarterly payments?
No, I do once a year.
Chat, I highly recommend, and so does every accountant I've ever talked to, if you're self-employed, do quarterly payments. And that literally means every year, every 3 months, I've already done 2 of them now, I think. Every 3 months, I pay an expected amount of money I'm going to owe for the coming year. So let's say I'm going to just pick $1,000 for some reason. Let's say I'm projected to owe my government $1,000. So every 3 months, I write a check to the United States Treasury or IRS or whatever. I forgot which one. And I include a 1040 ES form and my social security number, put it in an envelope, seal it, mail it out for $250 every 3 months. At the end of the year, I let my accountant know I've already paid $1,000. They do all the math with all my facts, and they go, okay, you owe this much more, or you owe this much less now, or like that we're going to give you money back, which is what happened this year. And I got almost all my money back, and I can't believe it. So the reason they actually like quarterly is it actually gets a better projected rate, and they can also like adjust it better. I literally got shitloads of money back this year because I did quarterly last year and the previous year. And I wrote everything down, and I have all this stuff. I could not believe it. So if you're self-employed, if you can't afford it, please start doing quarterly payments. Write them down, get the proof, look it up if you go to your banking statements, you can literally look at when the check was cashed by the government, and you can write that down as well if you need to. Because at the end of the year, not only do you not have to worry too much about how much money you're about to drop on taxes, but it might work out in your benefit in the long run. That's why I got an accountant. They actually did all the math and figured out, hey, we actually did a projected income. You're going to get all your money back. And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean I'm going to get all my money back? I was ready to pay another 4 digits. Like, I already spent thousands. I was ready to pay another 1,000 plus. I could not believe it. I don't know.
I imagine Canada has something very similar to that, but I don't take advantage of that. What I do is just like keep track every month at the end of the year when I'm doing my taxes. I just anticipate roughly $3,000. But so I don't know if everybody in chat knows like what it means to quote unquote write something off, but like when you're self-employed, you take your total income. So everything you made in the year, you minus your expenses from that, and then you don't have to pay that in tax essentially. So like any expense you like write off, say I wrote off $1,000 computer and it wasn't a CCA, it was just $1,000 I wrote off. Well, say I made 10 grand for the year. Well, then they look at it, they're like, you only made 9 grand for the year because that was a business expense. That's what it means to write something off. So you only have to pay taxes on that 9 grand. But if you write enough off, like over the course of a year, say you made 10 grand and you ended up writing off like $9,000 in business expenses, well, then you're only being taxed on $1,000, and that's under the threshold. You don't actually have to pay tax on that. Or it's you only have to pay tax on $1,000. Well, that's only $170. So the more you write off, the less taxes you'll have to pay at the end of the year. But I just budget out and plan for roughly $3,000 at the end of the year, and then I go through everything. Like this year, I think I only had to pay like $800 or something, and that's not bad. I was expecting 3,000, so I was like 800. That's perfectly fine.
That I feel like that's kind of happened to me because, like I said, I can't. Guys, the amount of money I paid to the government this year for projected like taxes, I can't even describe to you. I played so much money, and that's why I got it all back. And I'm like, how the fuck? What the fuck happened? And for anyone who has questions up in the timeline and they might not have been answered, don't worry. I have one of my chats is looking at the list of answers I'm gonna ask. So next up, I had so driving here. Screw. This is mostly for you since you did this recently, and I haven't done this in a minute. Driving to and from the con, stopping for gas and food, would those count as well as your 2 business trips?
I would count that, yeah.
Yeah, so write that down.
Trip.
Keep your receipts. Put them in an envelope.
You have to keep your receipts. If you don't have receipts, you cannot write it off.
Yeah.
Bank statements are not good enough. You actually need the receipt.
And of course, Couch Rigger, thank you. The U.S. tax system is fucked. Yes, Duper. Let's see. Still's going. Donobot just said screw for no reason. Love you, Donobot. Duper donated $1 million, apparently. Yeah, you can write that off. Do supplies count as a single time expense or a constant expense? If it's office supplies, yeah, if it's a little office supplies, that is a simple office supplies. If it is a entire tablet, that is depreciating or CCA. You can write that whole thing off as a CCA that gets depreciating and get kickbacks every year. Like Skuru said earlier. For office supplies, you said excluding tech. Good question. If you need to print things for your job, like your self-employment, let's say you print a lot of things, I think printer ink would just be an office supply, not a depreciating.
Yo, 100%. That's not tech, that's ink.
Yeah, that's just ink. The printer itself is tech. The ink is not.
Yes, the printer would be a CCA, but the ink is not. The ink is a supply.
Toxie Rocker says, I'm from Sweden, so it's probably not the same, but streaming is just a hobby. I was told I can't write off computer parts because I don't... So, if that's not your main job, unless you're... Yeah, you probably shouldn't write it off. Like, it gets a little fudgy, where, like, if your main job is getting a certain amount of income and then you get a little bit on the side, you can't now write off your whole computer because it's like...
This is... I don't know how it works in Sweden, but this is specifically if you're self-employed. If you're, like, if you're working a job and getting taxed somewhere else, just deal with that and claim whatever you make from Twitch or stuff as, like, extra. Like, just say it's tips. You claim it as tips, but I don't think you can write anything off. I don't know how it works with a job, actually, whatsoever. I have no idea.
Yeah, and Dan Sharkman has a good point. The IRS website actually is very simple. Like, it's a piece of shit. They all are. Every website sucks. But, like, I paid off I finished my taxes by going there and just writing things in, and then just I paid it off. So they have a website where they'll gladly take your money just by writing in like the amount in your credit card or something. 1 second. I'm gonna try to fix something so the chat stays on screen a little longer. Serious question. Say if someone gets into a situation where they have to run a GoFundMe to get yourself back on your feet, do they need to pay taxes for the money they receive on that? Screw, would you like to answer that while I fix my stream layout a little bit?
I have no idea, but I would assume so because it's income.
I was going to say the same thing. I would also assume so. Like, you're still getting income. You're not a charity. You have received money. Look, even if you won the lottery, they're going to take a shitload of that money for taxes.
Oh, yeah. No, lottery winnings is a huge source of tax.
They do it up front, too. Here, I'll see a new one just for really quick. Here, Screw, you answer. Do fursuits have depreciating value?
I don't know. I didn't write off my fursuit, even though I bought my fursuit almost 5 years ago, over 5 years ago now. So that was before I was ever self-employed. So I didn't claim it, but I would assume that it would depreciate. Yes, it's a physical item that depreciates, so it would probably be a CCA.
Okay.
I don't know how you could. Well, you could write that off. Yes. I don't know. I've never thought about it.
I think if you stream a lot with your fursuit, like it's part of your job, or you're part of like a photography thing and you use it at conventions.
If it's your content, if it's your main content.
Yes, absolutely. Let's see. Do you count eating food as meals tax write-off? You might need to talk to an accountant for that.
If it's business related, like you're on a business outing solely for business, yes. If you're just buying food for yourself, like to live, I don't think so. I don't know.
You know,
I personally don't claim food all that often. I claim it on my trips.
Yeah, I might have to talk. I might actually send an email to my accountant very soon because, like, obviously, if I go grocery shopping, I'm not writing any of that off. Even I cook at home, I eat during the stream. But like I said the other day, I got like ramen from like a place downtown delivered to me. I wanna say I might be able to write that off, but I can't say for sure. I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna look that up myself. You might want to ask somebody yourself too.
I have no idea personally. It's not something that I do because I live in the forest.
Here's a good question that I don't know the answer to at the moment. are student loan payments involved at all with taxes? I'm gonna say yes, because you use.
No idea.
I want to say in a way yes, but you might need to look more into it because it's part of like learning in classes, and you use it for your job. Okay, Duper is already screaming. Yes, they are. There you go. So yeah, you can definitely write off your student loans and payments because it is if it's a part of your job and it's like literally important to your like future job. So yes. Once again, another thing you might want to look into getting an accountant. I'm gonna keep saying that on broken record, but the fact that we're asking these questions means we need to like talk to a professional who will answer them for us. But Bloop's got something. Oh hell yeah! If you prove you're making a student loan payments, you got a cut. Hell yeah. Afro-Nation bun, no anxiety. Just like we're doing this to try to help people in the future. I'm gonna send this to a couple of friends of mine who do streaming as a business who definitely don't write shit off. God, screw. How many of our friends do you think are playing Tears of the Kingdom right now did not write it off for the year at all?
Oh, probably the majority. I remember, so at Vancouver this year, I ran it was a content creator meetup, and for probably a third of it, we ended up talking about taxes and what you could write off. And everyone there, when I'm going through, I'm like, you can write off Twitch subs. Every single person was like, what?
Yeah, they're all
And I'm
like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my
Well,
God.
it's advertising, like, and they're like, oh my God, oh.
So, yeah, you can write that shit off. Absolutely. Hold on. Question: would the accountant count as a write-off? Yes, we actually mentioned that earlier.
Yes.
I think you mentioned it would go in.
That's professional expenses.
Yeah, professional expenses. So your very own accountant that did your taxes can also be written off. Absolutely. Hell, maybe even the stamp you bought to mail your money can be written off if you want.
Yeah, absolutely. I write off. So when I mail out merch, I write off all the postage.
Duper did a Kickstarter, raised over $105,000 for a video game that they're working on as a team, and they wrote it off, and that's a big deal if you do anything like that. Especially since technically you are running a sort of business with other employees. That's very important. Yeah, we're gonna. I mean, if we run out of questions, we'll stop, but we can keep going for another 15 minutes at least. Thank you so much, Screw, for doing this with me. Like,
yeah,
appreciate it.
We talked about doing this for months.
Shelly, yeah, no, I'm going to put the puppy to bed right after this. They're going to go in their crate and get in the bed. And, I'll turn off the lights and I'll take a big nap.
I have only been awake for 8.5 hours.
That's not so bad, actually. All right. I can only write off stuff after I registered as self-employed. I don't
know how that works. I didn't register as self-employed.
Yeah.
I just claimed taxes as self-employed.
There's no registration. There's no registration as being self-employed. It's literally like, oh, you made money. We're doing what? Oh, you made it yourself by working for yourself. You don't work for a company. That's how it works. Yeah. Did a company pay you or did you pay you?
Exactly.
The only way you register as anything is if you register as an LLC and you become your own business. Then you register for something. Also, yes, everyone, please get an accountant that pays for itself. Also, there can be bad accountants. I would highly recommend trying to find someone in the wheelhouse of understanding what you do for work. Duper actually gave me a good example, and he found someone that literally knows this kind of stuff, not only streaming but also video gaming, video game dev, and kicks ass. So don't just settle for anybody. Don't just go to H&R Block. Try to find a local accountant. There's tons of them. They're all over the place. They usually have funny names like Butts and Butts or something. That's usually a lawyer. You know what I mean?
And only do it yourself if you feel confident that you can, and you can look things up and know what you're doing. I have a background in business, so for me this is I have no problem doing my own taxes and stuff, but the average Joe definitely get an accountant.
Yes. I am too paranoid. I'm going to fuck something up and get arrested. So I'm I'll accountant. Tuplay says you don't need to register in an LLC to become an independent artist. No, I've been doing this for years. I get paid. I tell the government how much money I made, and I write in a 1040 ES form, and that's it. That's all I need. I don't need to.
Yeah, I just claim as a self-employed individual, and I put down the category of my job, which is entertainment, and that's it. That's it.
There's a box that says what is the name of your business, and I don't write in there, and it's what's your name?
Yeah, I don't write in there.
It's I'm Nady Beak. What do you want?
Yeah. Are you an official business? No,
nope.
I'm an individual. Self-employed individual.
All right, keep it up, chat. We got more. I had no idea how badly I wanted this to until it's happening. Yeah, this isn't even for streamers. If you sell things on Etsy, if you make things, if you're a crafter, if you go out, if you walk into your downtown area and start playing the fucking violin and you make $500 every day, I'm pretty sure you got to claim that. And I don't really know how that works, so don't ask me that, but If I were to,
if oh, go ahead, Nady.
oh, I was just gonna read the next one. I'm sorry. No, you were
Yeah,
gonna continue the thought. You go first.
No, I was gonna read the next one.
Oh,
read
you do it. No. I've been talking
No.
a lot. You go.
If I were to compose a piece of music for a friend and sell it to them for $1, would you be able to write off a new guitar on your taxes? Do you have a normie job, like a day job? If not, then yes.
Yeah.
I don't know how it works if you have like a day job that also like pays taxes and stuff like you would claim like on a T4 in Canada. I don't know how that works. I only know one or the other. I don't know the intermingling of both.
Here's how this works. It's kind of like a gray area, and think about it this way. You're telling the government, "Hey, I made this much money." And they're going to probably be like, "Okay, how did you make this much money?" If you tell them you got like $100 doing backflips one day in like a park, and then you got another $50 writing a song for a guy that lives across the world, and you write off a bunch of stuff for your taxes, it's going to get a little weird because you have to I'm pretty sure they're going to want you to lump it into what do you do for a job? Because you can't just put Omni-Man on there. You have to like literally be like, I'm an entertainer, I'm an artist, I'm a video gamer, I'm a streamer, or I'm a maker, I'm a crafter, I do make clay pots, I write music. You kind of have to like give them an idea. You can't just do everything or else they're going to be like, I don't know. Then you just start getting into a territory where you tax right off literally every single thing known to man, and they're going to be like, you can't do this. You can't tax right off like your hemorrhoid cream just because your butt hurt that day.
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, on my form that I claim as a self-employed individual, I am under the category of entertainer, internet entertainer.
If you sell sex online legally, you can write off a fucking bad dragon dildo, probably.
I have.
There you go.
There's a Twitter that exists for that.
There you go. Right
It's
off that
advertising.
fucking chance. Do it.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not going to do
links,
it.
It links to my stream. Absolutely.
I don't think the government is going to complain about you reporting money they don't know about. Just be careful. Like, it's sure, we're trying to like, the stream is about telling you what we should be like writing off because it's important for you as we're all of us are trying to like live in this shithole of a world. But don't go too crazy because then you might get fucked over and then everything hits the fan, you know? More questions. Come on. Like we got to cover everything we can. I love you guys. I'm really glad you guys are enjoying this. Right after the stream ends, what time is it? 12:06? Okay, good.
It's only 9.
Yeah.
9:06 a.m.
9:06. In an hour and a half, I got a massage. So in an hour, I need to run out. But in between now and then, I will upload those. In fact, I'll just do it right now. Here. Screw, read the chat if there's any more questions. I'm going to literally put this stuff on the Discord now. Hold on.
Okay, no worries. Who is this dog? They radiate an energy. I'm Skuru. Go to your web browser, type in musky.dog, and you'll find it.
Let me show you out. Screw is very much 18 plus. There will be lots of talk about huffing sheaths and knots and being horny. So just a warning. But if you also enjoy an incredible content creator who is very funny and also good at Zelda or other games, and will honestly, your laugh is infectious. I watched you watch TikTok today. You laughed way more than I would have at almost all those. And I was like, oh, that's fun. I like that.
Well, that's the bulk of my YouTube content. That's what's paying the bills right now.
Nice.
Me laughing at TikToks.
All right, what is this? Let's see. All right. Let me change the title of this one, and I'm going to upload both.
As a commissioned artist working from home, would the artwork be a write-off? I write off every commission I get.
Yes. Like I said, I got a $300 commission from Hazy this year. By the way, go follow Hazy Hazeo, amazing artist. And I will be writing that off because it's not only like promotion, but I'm also... Screw got sniped. Is that actually your website?
Yeah, click on it. I also have this one.
Christ, you're gonna get sniped again. I got it. Jesus Christ. All right, go fix your websites.
No, all those links will work.
I know,
Those will
but
work.
okay. There's some links.
It's just
for
my
you.
actual website that's broken.
Jesus can't help us now. So, yeah. Okay, if you guys want on the Discord, there is now, and I'm going to even pin them, the forms. Screw, if you want, you can send me. Do you have a blank one you want to send me? I can put yours in there too if you want.
It would take me probably half hour to set it up.
Never mind.
Properly.
Don't worry about it.
If you use your computer and the hardware and software for your business, is it a write-off every year? No, you can only write off the cost of your computer once. in Canada it'd be a CCA, and you'd get 30% back per year. Hold on, my dog is doing something stupid. I'll be right back.
Stupid dummy. Hold on, guys. I'm writing a little bit really quick in the Discord, and then it's all uploaded. And you can. It's an XLSX file. I don't know what that is, but you can import it into Google Chrome Forms, and it does help.
I'm back. He's fine.
Okay. Okay. Let's see what else we got. So if I was working
I have
Mhm.
no idea, Doofus. Oh, sorry, you were.
Yeah, I was reading the
that
same
out.
one. Yeah, if I'm working for one country, remotely in another country, do I have to do tax for the country too? I don't know. Another reason,
Not a clue.
a huge reason to get an accountant, because like the fudgier that these questions and thoughts get, it's like I definitely can't tell you. I would highly recommend talking to a professional. Let's say I purchased a computer back in 2021, but I start doing art and streaming. Yeah, you can write it off it as a CCA or depreciating. You literally try to get you better have the receipt from back then. I had mine from buying it over. I even kept it, but I could even check like emails. I got it emailed on Micro Center, and I use that to write it in, stuff like that.
Wait, can you do that retroactively?
My accountant said I could.
I don't know if we can in Canada, so I will say I don't know.
Yeah,
I
just-
personally haven't done that, but I don't know.
I would say, yeah, definitely. Once again, broken record. Talk to an accountant. Let's
Chiliac
see.
is correct. I pay taxes to Canada, but all of my money comes from the U.S.
Is there anything else? Hopefully that link works. By the way, to the Discord. Any other questions, chat? Before I let Screwer get to bed and we kind of call it here.
I mean, I'm doing okay.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
doing okay.
Well, no, I want to stop because I want to get I want to get cleaned up, so I'm not gonna walk into this new massage place smelling like a fucking sheath like you want.
But I like that.
I know, but I don't think they would like that. And then I got a friend coming over later. Oh, and I want to start making. I'm gonna make a curry base as well.
You got a day.
This
I have
is
band tonight.
this is how my life works. I plan everything all day, every day. I have a problem. This is my brand of neurodivergence. But yeah, I don't know. We're just gonna chill out and see if anyone has any questions for the next 5 minutes, and then we're calling it no matter what. If you stream cooking,
Oh, go
oh yeah, I was gonna say one. If you stream cooking, can you write off ingredients and kitchen appliances? I would say yes.
Well, it depends how often and how much of your main content it is. I mean, if you're buying like an electric mixer to make a cake and review the mixer, yeah, absolutely. But if you're like, oh, I'm baking a cake on stream, but and I'm gonna use my stove that I bought 10 years ago, like no.
Yeah.
You could write off the ingredients for sure, but not. I wouldn't say the appliances unless you've bought it specifically for that stream and it has a purpose, or it's like the main source of the content.
It definitely matters to the severity of that. Exactly.
Yeah, it's
I would
getting
say
very nuanced.
So we have a friend named Big Nose Bug, and she does like cooking streams maybe every week. I think she could write off like some simple new supplies because it is part of what she uses on stream that's on camera, like the nice gloves she got, maybe like a new cookie tray or something. But like it depends. So you might need to look into that a little more and stuff like that. Like I said, I mean, my example of I bought that Lego set, I built it on stream, and it's now, I did that. I wrote that off. It was creative.
And like I rebuilt the engine in my car and I wrote all the parts off because I did it on stream.
That's fucking
content.
sick. That's so good. I would say then, yeah. I mean, at some point, be careful, but yeah, if you do a lot of cooking on stream, you could probably write things off. I don't know if you can write off commissions you got that long ago.
I would say I would personally not do that at all. If it's promotional and stuff that I've used, like if I get a commission right now, I post it on my Twitter. Yes, because I am currently self-employed and currently making money from that. Yes, but retroactively, like a commission I got, say before I started creating content and being self-employed, no.
Here's actually 2 questions that popped up that are kind of important. I'll do the one that I don't want to forget first. Toba Coffee says I need to start streaming renovating my house. Now, here's actually a question that popped in my head. Toba Coffee, I'm sorry if I'm using you as an example. I don't mean to do this, but let's say someone said I want to become a like cooking streamer and they want to write off stuff they bought for cooking. What if, I don't know, you have to be like making some money first, right? Like people need to actually be like, I don't know if I was streaming and like no one watched and I didn't really get income. I can't really write anything I do off until
No,
like, I
you
make
can't.
income because it's not my job.
The only reason you're writing stuff off is to lower your net income down so you pay less taxes.
Yeah. So yeah, Topa Coffee, if you do that and like lots of people watch and you get some like fucking good like shit happening from that and you do it often, yeah, you can definitely write off like house renovation stuff.
I personally would not write off Patreon subscriptions because that's personal. Like that's for personal. Like
Yeah.
I'm going on Patreon, like I'm looking at art or playing games, and that's for personal. I would not write that off personally.
Yeah, I mean, here's a weird gray area for that. I do agree with that, but at the same time, remember how we said if you subscribe to like Twitch and your name appears, what happens with the people that tie in Patreon subs to their Twitch stream? Like if I subbed to your Patreon and it popped up on stream and you thanked me, is that advertising? How does that work?
Well, that would be, but I've never seen that personally.
Okay, interesting. All right, I think
that would be advertising though, but that's such a stretch.
I think we're gonna just start like stopping in here. Chat. I will be immediately highlighting this VOD and uploading it to. It'll be on Twitch, just called like Tax Talk with Skuru, and then I'll put it on YouTube right after that. Yeah, Skuru, do you have anything important to say about either taxes or just yourself? I'm gonna shout you out again.
Well, as far as taxes goes, I'm not a tax expert. All I do
Neither of us are.
is I do my own taxes for me. That's it. And the only reason I'm confident in doing that is because I have a background in business and I volunteered for years at conventions doing AtCon finance. So like I have a little bit of a semblance of what I'm doing. But if you're not confident, hire an accountant. If you don't know exactly what you're doing, hire an accountant.
Yes. That's actually a good point. Let's just reiterate again. We are not professionals. I literally want to do this stream to help jumpstart a lot of people into just writing down their expenses and getting an idea on what they can do for next year because so many of my friends don't. I had so many friends this year at April 15th going, I don't know what to do. I don't know how much to pay. I don't know what they want. I'm so scared. And I'm like, and in my head, I'm like, oh my gosh, like how many people do this? I know some friends who probably buy way too many games and they write none of them off because they just don't bother and they don't know. And I'm like, no, I'm going to, I know like a friend or two person, I'm going to be like, you better fucking save these receipts. You're buying so many games. Write them all off. All of them. You know, that kind of thing.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Skuru, why don't you just tell them about yourself? Like, what do you do? Where can they find you?
I'm Skuru. You can find me go to your web browser, type in musky.dog. That's my Twitch page.
You can do that.
YouTube.com/Skuru. That's my main. I do have a Patreon. If you want to sub to that, it gets you YouTube videos that are released a day early. So you get them a day early if you're impatient like I am. What else do I got? Skuru Dackies. If you go to musky.dog, type in ! Dacky, you can find Skuru Dackies, and that's cool. And if you want to, like, rub your sheath all over mine, that would be fun. I'd like that.
If you'd like.
Yeah, I mean, that's the cool thing about